Some football and basketball cards are going up the most, but we have a surprising update about the baseball card market. We'll tell you all about it in today's Top 5 Cards. My name is Geoff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. Guys, I am energized because this year is starting off with a slew of incredible card shows. This Friday, I will be at the Palm Beach Card Show in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you there. In 2 weeks, it's Culture Collision here in Atlanta. And then 2 weeks after that, Super Bowl weekend, it is the Burbank Card Show out in the Los Angeles area. I'm looking forward to all of these. Hope to see you guys at some of those shows. And if you're traveling to any of these card shows, don't forget to bring your Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. The newest issue is out and it is a good one. And if you haven't checked out Basketball Card Fanatic magazine, it's bcfmag.com. Promo code SCI for 10% off your subscription. Well worth it. And of course, today's Top 5 is brought to you by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun. And if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you'll get $10 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Let's take a quick look at the overall sports card market with Market Pulse by Market Movers. Down a little bit over the last 7 days. Of course, the year just started, so the year-to-date number is just over the last little bit here. But check out baseball from 2018 to 2020. It is the best overall performing category in the sports card market over the last 30 days. I think people are starting to think about next baseball season. We're seeing Shohei Ohtani's cards go up. We're seeing Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s cards go up, and the cards of a lot of other baseball players from that 2018 to 2020 time period seem to be heating up in anticipation of spring training now not being too far away. But now let's talk about some of the cards that are going up the most. Here is today's Top 5. We're starting today with a cold card, and this one's sad. Baker Mayfield is on the cold list today after having been on the hot list. He was on the top 5 hottest cards like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and here he is on the cold cards. Now, guys, this happens sometimes. Sometimes when you see cards on this top 5 list, that is the right time to sell because as they're peaking in the market, the question is, can they actually sustain those levels or are they going to come back down? And in the case of Baker Mayfield, his cards have come back down. The luster of him going to the Rams has worn off. Now, he went to the Rams, as you guys know, a few weeks back, and he won his debut against the Raiders, and that got people excited, and that got his cards to go back up. But since then, the Rams lost 3 of their next 4, and Mayfield finished his run with just 850 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in 5 games. Not great numbers. And his cards, yeah, they've come back down. So here on the screen, we're looking at the last 90 days. Look in here how they spiked in early December after he went to the Rams and he had that first successful game. But then if we zoom in and look at the last 30 days, you can see what happened since he had that first successful game. They've fallen quite a bit. And specifically looking at 3 of his rookie cards, 2018 Donruss, Prism, and Optic base cards in PSA 10 condition, you can see they're down 13%, 38%, and 45% over the last 30 days. But now let's talk about some cards going up, and we're starting with Nikola Jokic, who is having another MVP-like season. This guy, he's already got an MVP. He might get another one if he continues to play the way that he's been doing. He's averaging 25, 11, and 10 this season while shooting 37% from 3. That's incredible for the big guy. And of course, the Nuggets are currently 26 and 13 and in first place in the West. That's awesome. The Joker is a big reason why his cards are going up on the momentum he's had this season. Now, his cards are relatively low population compared to cards printed the last few years, because back in 2015, they did not print as many basketball cards. His 2015 Prism base in PSA 10 is a population of just 812, and his 2015 Donruss base in PSA 10 is a population of just 303. Those numbers are very small compared to guys from recent years. But if you happen to have one of those cards, you've done well over the last 30 days. You can see how both of these are up on the chart. That Prism base is up almost 19%. That Donruss base is up 66%. Most recently selling for $394 in PSA 10 condition, while that sold even a few weeks ago for as little as $192. That is a big jump in just a few weeks for the Joker. The guy in the number 4 spot is no stranger to this list. Donovan Mitchell is back in the top 5 again today. The Cleveland Cavaliers guard was, of course, fantastic with Utah, but he has really been unlocked with Cleveland and its awesome young core. Mitchell is averaging 29 points per game this season, shooting 41% from the three-point stripe, and even had a game recently where he scored 71 points in a win over Chicago on January 2nd, just the 7th player in NBA history to score 70 or more points in a game. Guess what? His cards went up as a result. Yes, you guessed it. Look here on the screen. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have 4 of his popular rookie cards up. His 2017 Prism base PSA 10, his 2017 Optic base PSA 10, his 2017 Prism Silver PSA 10, his 2017 Optic Shock PSA 10. Let's look at the details of what all of these are doing. And over the last 30 days, you can see all of these are up anywhere between 30% and 40%. Pretty consistent increases across all of Donovan Mitchell's cards. It's actually that Prism base from a percentage standpoint that's gone up the most. It was right around $60 30 days ago. Today, it's around $84, and the Prism Silver went from $356 30 days ago to $463 today. It's January, which means Joe Burrow must be back in the top 5 because Burrow absolutely lit it up last January and was the favorite card of the sports card hobby back then. Could he be doing the same this January? Recent indications are that maybe he is on the pace to do that again. He's had a fantastic season. He finished with almost 4,500 passing yards, 35 touchdowns to just 12 interceptions. Now, of course, the Bengals are going to host the Ravens this Sunday in the wild card round, but a lot of football card investors think that Burrow is going to go even further than that, well beyond the wild card round. Maybe a return trip to the Super Bowl this year, although perhaps the Bills and the Chiefs will have something to say about that. But people are taking the chance because his cards are hot right now. Not only are the prices going up a lot, but they are selling a bunch. I brought up 4 of his popular rookie cards on the screen: 2020 Prism base PSA 10, 2020 Donruss base PSA 10, and his Optic base in PSA 10. But I also brought up his Optic rated rookie auto numbered to 150 PSA 10 just to put a higher end card on the screen as well. Let's look at price change by percentage to level these graphs out so we can see them from a percentage standpoint. And you can see the story, guys. All 4 of these with a nice up into the right trajectory over the course of the last 30 days. That is what you want to see if you are a Joe Burrow collector. Let's look at price changes here specifically. All of these cards up somewhere between 19% and 48% over the course of the last 30 days. It's that Donruss base card, which is the least expensive of the 4. That one's up the most from a percentage standpoint. It went from about $94 30 days ago to $139 today. Not a bad $45 profit over the course of 30 days. And if you really are spending the big bucks, you could have seen his rated rookie auto number to 150 in PSA 10 go from around $2,500 up to $3,000 over the course of the last 30 days. But there's a quarterback who's got Joe Burrow beat on today's list. It's Daniel Jones. The New York Giants quarterback finished a strong season with over 3,200 passing yards, 15 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. Now, those are not eye-popping numbers compared to other quarterbacks, and Jones is not exactly a star, but he's good enough to lead a solid Giants team into the playoffs. They clinched a playoff berth last week with a win over the Colts, and they will play the Vikings in the NFL wild card round this Sunday. And this is the first time in 6 years that the Giants have made the playoffs. That's why football card collectors and investors are excited right now about Daniel Jones cards. Let's take a look at 4 of his popular rookie cards. His 2019 Prism Base PSA 10, Prism Silver PSA 10, Donruss Base PSA 10, and Optic Pink in PSA 10. Look at the last 30 days, guys. They're going up. Those are nice directions on the graph to see. All of these cards are up somewhere between, 58% and 252%. Are you kidding me? Daniel Jones Prism base card is up 252% in the last 30 days. Now, granted, that was a cheap card 30 days ago, and it's still a pretty inexpensive card today. You could have got that card for right around $13 30 days ago. Today, it's around $44. Now, that's a very nice $31 profit over the course of 30 days. From a percentage standpoint, that looks outstanding, though, because it was so inexpensive to begin with. But even as higher-end cards are doing well, his Prism Silver went from $100 to around $158 over the last 30 days. His cards overall still very inexpensive. If they upset the Vikings, watch out. It is time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's episode are from Market Movers. And you can now get Market Movers for free for just 7 days, and then it's only $9.99 per month for our starter edition. Track your collection and track the price changes and charts of more than 1 million sports cards, plus non-sports cards, trading card games, and more in Market Movers. Go to sportscardinvestor.com right now and click Market Movers in the main menu bar. Here we go, guys. Number 1, I am so excited to see Luka back in the number 1 spot today, ladies and gentlemen. Luka, who really was in many ways the face of the sports card hobby there for 2018, 2019, 2020. So much excitement around Luka, so much interest in his cards. That continues to be the case today. People are still very excited about Luka's cards, and they have absolutely incredible transaction volume. And now, those many people who have bought Luka cards over the last few seasons, they have a reason to be very, very proud and happy right now, because this seems like Luka's breakout year. He has likely solidified himself as the front runner for MVP. He's going on an absolutely historic scoring run in the last 8 games. He's averaging over 40 points per game, 41 points per game. He had 3 50-point games during this run, including an insane 60-point game with 21 rebounds and 10 assists, triple-double against the Knicks. That was absolutely insane. And his cards, they've been pretty insane as well, particularly from a sales volume standpoint. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. I brought up 4 of his rookie cards here on the screen: 2018 Prism Base, Prism Silver, Donruss Base, and then on the higher end, I brought his 2018 Prism Choice Blue, Yellow, Green up on the screen. Population of just 72 in PSA 10. If we change the graph by percentage, you can see all of these really shooting up here over the last couple of weeks as he's been on a scoring tear. Digging into the details, you can see that these cards are up anywhere between about 16% and about 47%, but it's also the sales volume, incredible sales numbers. That 2018 Prism base card in PSA 10, there have been 144 sales of that card in the last 30 days. Of course, it's a very high population card, so there's a lot of them for sale on the market. But despite that, the price has jumped from $360 to almost $529. That card has gone up $169 in the last 30 days. That is a good profit for anybody who is sitting on a bunch of these Luka base cards and is getting ready to sell right now. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's top 5. If you did, please hit that like and please hit that subscribe and go check out Market Movers. You need Market Movers. Go get it right now. Go to sportscardinvestor.com, click on Market Movers in the main menu bar, and take advantage of your 7 days free by doing that. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon in our next episode. Take care.